What's going on, guys? Kahuna checking in, bringing you guys another Madden 17 what if type of video. Now, before I actually explain the scenario that I'm going to be simulating today, let me just give you guys one word, and that is 2011. Now, you guys might be asking yourself, Kahuna, is 2011 a reference to Disney Channel? No, it is not, because you guys know, if you guys were old enough during the time period, if you guys were around my age when Disney Channel was booming, you guys know that 2011, 2012 was like the last good years of Disney Channel. Phil of the Future, Lizzie McGuire, like even Stevens, that was childhood right there, man. But 2011, I'm pretty sure that was the last good year before Disney Channel died off. But no, 2011 is not referring to Disney Channel. 2011 is actually 2011 NFL Draft. Like, the 2011 NFL Draft was probably the best draft in a long time. Now, with that said, the scenario that we're going to be simulating today is to see what if I added everybody from the 2011 draft. Well, not everybody, just all the stars, all the good players. What if I added all the good players, put them all on one team, and try to see if they could win the Super Bowl, if they could do it. So without further ado, let's go and take a look at the team. So starting off with QB, boom, we have Cam Newton. Now QB, Cam Newton, like, his overall isn't as good as previous years. He's only an 85 overall for this year. But we also have Andy Dalton, so if Cam doesn't perform as well, we could definitely still move Andy Dalton into start. Moving over to halfback, we have DeMarco Murray. Halfback is like QB, how it's not necessarily a strong suit of this draft class. But DeMarco Murray, yet again, like Cam Newton, not as good overall wise as previous years. We also have Deion Lewis. So take a look at the wide receivers. 99 overall Julio Jones, 95 AJ Green, and Randall Cobb. Now we could have added Torrey Smith as well. I might do that later. But I mean, do we even need a fourth wide receiver with these three amazing beasts? 99 Julio, 95 AJ Green. Like, these three wide receivers, well, two are amazing, and Randall Cobb is pretty good as well. Moving over to tight end, so wide receiver is definitely a strong suit of this draft class. We have Charles Clay. Now, 2011, Charles Clay got drafted as a running back, I'm pretty sure. And then soon later, he converted over to tight end. Charles Clay rocking 88 overall. We also have Julius Thomas. Now, Charles Clay, I'm pretty sure he's like an 85 overall, but for some reason, this is confidence modified overall. Not really sure what that means. I did not adjust their overalls in any way. Like, Julius Thomas, when I traded for him, he was only an 81 overall. And then confidence modified, I guess since they're on the Packers, they just think they can do good or something. I don't know what it is, but I did not adjust any of their overalls. And then moving over to left tackle, we have Smith, the leader of this offensive line, 92 overall. We're going to go through the offensive line fairly quickly. We have James Carpenter. Center, we have Rodney Hudson. So Rodney Hudson and Tyron Smith are really good. We have Clint Bowling. Right tackle, we have Marcus Cannon. So yeah, this offensive line is not bad by any means. Now left end, we have 93 Cameron Jordan. Right end, you guys already know, we got JJ Watt, 99 overall. So how many 99 overalls do we have? We have Julio Jones, we have JJ Watt. So right there, that's two 99s. Let's go and take a look at the defensive tackle. We have Marcel Darius. Moving over to left outside linebacker, we have Von Miller, another 99 overall. So that's our third 99 overall on the team. I'm telling you guys, man, 2011 draft class was super good. Now, there was really no good middle linebacker that came out of this class, so we had to use KJ Wright out of position. And then moving over to the right outside linebacker, we have Aldon Smith. Now, you guys remember how good this guy was when he was on the 49ers before he got into trouble and everything? This guy was a force to be reckoned with. Who says that? Who says a force to be reckoned with? But you guys know what I'm saying. Aldon Smith was a monster. And now moving over to the corners. The corners are amazing for this team. So boom, we have Sherman, we have Pat Pete, we have Chris Harris Jr. Now, Chris Harris Jr. went undrafted, but he got signed in 2011. So I just decided to add him onto this team. But he is in the nickel anyway, so he's not really going to be getting that much playing time. But we have Sherman number 1, we have Pat Pete number 2. So yeah, these corners are insane. And then taking a look at the free safety, we have Marcus Gilchrist, and strong safety, we have Aaron Williams. So yeah, safeties, not necessarily a strong suit, but yeah, this team is still insane nonetheless. Now, real quick, now that you guys see what this team is looking like, comment down below what you guys predict this team will end up going by the end of the season. Now, my prediction, I honestly see us going 13-3. If we don't go 13-3, we better at least go 14-2. If not 14-2, we better at least win the Super Bowl. So those are my goals. Now, here we go. Week number 1, we play the Jaguars. This should be an easy game. We should start off 1-0. If we don't start off 1-0, if we don't beat the Jaguars, then I lost all hope in this team. But moment of truth, we end up winning 44-13, an absolute blowout, which you expect against the Jaguars. So let's go take a look at the box score. Let's see who did good. So starting off with QB, Cam threw for 247 yards and threw 4 touchdowns with no INT. Beautiful game for Cam Newton. I like that. And then taking a look at DeMarco Murray. DeMarco had 2 touchdowns, 65 yards on 16 carries. Extremely good, extremely good. Time to get to the wide receivers. Let's see which wide receivers did good. AJ Green had 58 yards. Julio had 63 yards, Charles Clay had 34, Randall Cobb had 57. So all three of our star wide receivers definitely did their part, definitely all had over 50 yards. Julio Jones had 2 touchdowns, DeMarco Murray had 1 receiving touchdown, and Julius Thomas had 1 receiving touchdown as well. And JJ Watt had 3 sacks. Very first game, season opener, 3 sacks. Von Miller had a sack. Cameron Jordan had a sack. So here we go. We're simulated to week 3. Now we better be 2-0. Wait. I don't think I'm seeing that right. Hang on. I might have just seen an L. I don't know. Let me just make sure my glasses are okay. We ended up losing 24-35 against the Vikings. How do we lose against the Vikings with this stacked of a team? Now, don't get me wrong. The Vikings are a good team, but we had a way better team. So Cam Newton had 358 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 INTs. Maybe those 2 INTs definitely hurt us, but 358 yards? We need to see which wide receivers went off. But first, we got to take a look at the running back. DeMarco Murray has 63 yards on 15 carries with 1 touchdown. Pretty solid. And Randall Cobb had 120 yards on 10 catches. Julio Jones had 105. So we had 2 guys over 100 yards. DeMarco Murray had 49. AJ Green had 34. Randall Cobb had 1 touchdown. Charles Clay had a touchdown. Okay. So I'm pretty sure we only lost because the defense might have did bad. But yeah, that's how that game went. Let's just go ahead and simulate to the mid-season mark. So we're simulated to the mid-season mark. Now, before we were 1-1. Before we simulated to the mid-season, we were 1-1. We better be leading the division. We better be leading the division, and we are 4-4. The Vikings are... How are we 4-4, man? Like, this team is loaded. How are we 4-4, dude? Let's go and see who we lost to. So we beat the Falcons 42-24. Pretty amazing victory. They didn't have Julio Jones because Julio Jones is on our team. But let's see who we lost to. We lost to the Lions by 3. Okay, that was a close game. I'm gonna let that slide. We lost to the Giants. We lost by 3. Super close. We got blown out to the Cowboys 21-42. We blew out the Bears. That's to be expected, and the Falcons. But I'm confused. How did we lose to the Giants? How did we lose to the Lions? This doesn't make sense. Okay. So here we go. NFL league leaders. Is Cam up here? Tom Brady, Matt Stafford, Phillip Rivers. Okay. I do not see Cam Newton. Yeah, Cam Newton's not up here. Geno Smith is ahead of Cam Newton. Geno Smith is ahead of all these guys with the 18 touchdown, 7 interception ratio. Yep, seems pretty much like Geno Smith. DeMarco Murray is not up here as well. Shady, my boy Shady, won Buffalo. Shady's leading the league. And then Jordan Howard. And yeah, DeMarco Murray is nowhere to be found. Let's go and see. Is one of my 3 wide receivers up here? Rob Gronkowski, Marvin Jones, Golden Tate, Julio Jones. Okay, Julio Jones is up here with 610 yards. Okay, that's not bad. He has 9 touchdowns already in the season. Is he leading the NFL in touchdowns? I think he actually might be. And yeah, Brandon Cooks and Julio Jones both have 9 touchdowns. So Julio Jones is tied for first. Now we're going to simulate to the end of the season. We're going to simulate to the postseason. We better make playoffs. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. So here we go. The moment of truth. And we ended up winning the division with a 10-6 record. I'm happy, but then again, I'm also disappointed because you guys remember I said we were gonna get a 13-3 record. You know what? One goal is out of the question. One goal is out the window. We made another goal, and that was winning the Super Bowl. So we're 10-6. So wild card round, we are going against the Falcons. Now somehow the Falcons ended up going 11-5, although they do not have Julio Jones. I'm pretty sure I traded Jordy Nelson to the Falcons in order to get Julio Jones. So maybe that's why. But here we go. We're going to sim to the next week. Now, we better still be in the playoffs. We better be in the divisional round. And we ended up winning the divisional. We ended up winning the wild card round, so we're in the divisional round. Let's see how the wild card went. So Falcons at Packers, we ended up winning 38-17. Very dominating victory. Now let's see how our guys did. So Cam threw for 261, 3 touchdowns, no INTs. I love that, Cam. We need more games like that if we want to bring home the chip. Let's take a look at DeMarco. 97 yards, 2 touchdowns. Extremely great game for DeMarco Murray. Let's see which wide receivers went off. Julio Jones had 89 yards, no touchdowns. DeMarco Murray had 47 receiving yards on 2 catches, which is pretty good. Randall Cobb 41, 1 touchdown. Charles Clay had 38 yards. AJ Green had 36 with 1 touchdown. So yeah, my wide receivers, no crazy game, but Julio almost had 100, so that's definitely a good sign to see. So here we go. Next week up, we're going against the Panthers. Now yet again, the Panthers do not have Cam Newton. With no Cam Newton, I'm pretty sure who's their backup anyways, but it doesn't matter. Simulate to the next week. Please, 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 please. Hopefully we make it into the conference championship, and we are in the conference championship going against the Seahawks. Let's go. We ended up beating the Panthers 45-31. So Cam Newton threw for 245 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 INT. Not a bad game, although we don't want any INTs, Cam. DeMarco Murray had 83 yards, 1 touchdown. Let's go and take a look at the wide receivers. Let's see which wide receiver. Oh, I saw 130. Julio Jones had 130, 2 touchdowns. Randall Cobb had 81, 1 touchdown. AJ Green had 19 yards on 2 catches. So, yo, Julio Jones and Randall Cobb. Then again, AJ Green is doing good too, but Julio Jones is absolutely killing it. Guys, here we go. Conference champs. We are going against the Seahawks. Seahawks do not have KJ Wright or Richie Sherman. They are on my team, but here we go, man. Similar to next week, we better be in the Super Bowl. Moment of truth, man. Please, please, please tell me we're in the Super Bowl. We ended up losing. Hang on, whoa, did we end up losing or is it just the Pro Bowl? Did we end up losing or is it just the Pro Bowl? Hopefully we didn't end up losing. And we ended up losing to the Seahawks 38-41. Dude, I really wish I could have seen how this game panned out, man. But let's see. Let's take a look at the stats from both sides. Russell Wilson had 295, 3 touchdowns, no INTs. Cam Newton had 391, 2 touchdowns, 3 INTs. Come on, Cam. You're better than this. But he had 3 INTs. That killed us, man. That had to be how we lost. Thomas Rawls had 80 yards, DeMarco Murray had 75, Julio Jones 167 yards, no touchdowns, Doug Baldwin 141, 1 touchdown, Randall Cobb had 68 yards, DeMarco Murray had more yards than AJ Green, Charles Clay had 42, AJ Green had 41, 1 touchdown. Dude, Cam threw away this game for us. Literally, he threw away the game with 3 INTs. So let's actually go and see who ended up winning the Super Bowl. So Seahawks, we know they're in, and the Seahawks ended up winning 36-32 against the Steelers. So yeah, I don't really feel as bad that we lost to the Seahawks in the conference champs because they ended up winning the Super Bowl. But how'd they do that with no Sherman, with no KJ Wright? And that's super unfortunate. We ended up losing in the conference championship. We were so close, man. We were 2 games away, and if we ended up beating the Seahawks, I honestly 100% see us beating the Steelers. Let's just go and take a look at my player stats. So Cam threw for 4.8K, 37 touchdowns, 12 INTs. That's not a bad ratio, not bad at all. But he had 3 INTs in the conference chance. If Cam didn't throw 3 INTs, 100% we win that game. Let's go take a look at DeMarco. DeMarco had 1.2K, 13 touchdowns. Definitely not bad. Deion Lewis had 10 touchdowns. Whoa, where'd that come from? Okay. Julio Jones led the team with 1.4. Randall Cobb trailing behind him with 1.1. AJ Green had 1K as well. Julio Jones 14 touchdowns, Cobb 6, AJ Green 5. Let's see who led the team in sacks. JJ Watt had almost 20 sacks. He had 19 sacks. Von Miller had 10.5. Cam Jordan had 5.5. Let's see how many interceptions my defense made. Hopefully Sherman or at least Von Miller had 2 INTs. Yo, that's kind of sad. This is kind of sad if Von Miller led the team in INTs with 2. Pat Pete behind him with 2. Aldon Smith with 1. Sherman with 1. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to conclude the video. Now, although we didn't go 13-3, although we didn't bring home the Super Bowl trophy, we at least made it to the conference chance. That has to mean something, right? We lost by 3 points only because Cam threw for 3 INTs. But then again, we were going against the Seahawks defense, who is really good, but they had no Sherman, so I really don't understand that. But that's going to be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Till next time, guys, this is Kahuna. I'm checking out.